I'm Kay. I'm the global lead for Instagram on Creative Shop. I think that Instagram has such a powerful community of people and creators on our platform. It's a destination for passions. It's where people connect on passions. It's also where they come to be inspired. It's also where they come to explore and discover new passions. So I think it's very important for brands and people, to be on the platform because that's where all of these interests are colliding. For brands, 1/3 of all people follow brands on stories. 1/3 of all people follow brands on stories, and in general, 80% of all people on Instagram follow a brand. And so clearly people want that content from brands, and that's why it's really important, I think, for brands to be on the platform because it's such a huge opportunity to tell rich creative stories and connect with their audiences in a way that they perhaps can't on other platforms. I think it's about using the whole canvas, right? I think Instagram is amazing. There's the feed, there's organic, there's advertising, there's organic stories, there's ads and stories, but there's also little tools like, the save button or the zoom button where you can zoom into video, or the carousel unit that we have. I think there's all these rich little tools to play with and all these little spaces where they can really express themselves. And I think a way to use Instagram in a way that really sticks out is by using all those tools together and seeing how they fit together. I think that's a really interesting space to play because I think we tend, as creatives, to think about the format and how our story feels, but what I'd love to see is how all of those little tools and spaces actually interact with each other within Instagram, and that to me becomes something very, very interesting. There's live, there's boomerang, like you said, there's hyperlapse, but all of these things, how can we combine them to provide an even richer experience? How can we use stories and ads and stories or organic stories, and how does that interact with our page? I think that all becomes a really rich territory, and I think, again, lots to explore, and I think that's a way that creatives can actually start to build better stuff is by working with all of these formats, iterating, experimenting, telling stories as much as possible, and I think that's how they can get better at creating stuff for Instagram.